What's up, everybody? It's Sam, and we are back with another episode of Pessimistic Epis, the podcast, with a special guest. Hey, James.
Hey.
2 weeks in a row. How lucky are you?
I am just the luckiest guy alive.
Absolutely.
It's a thrill to be here.
Agree more.
It is a pleasure. It is an honor.
Yes. Yeah, it is. Listen, I know that you guys have heard enough out of James.
Haven't they?
But he's back. Much to your dismay.
Yeah. Sorry about this one, folks.
Listen, we're having a little situation where I had a scheduling snafu.
Uh-huh.
And so James filled in so kindly, as he does.
I'm just here. I'm just a backup. I'm never first choice. I'm never desired. I'm just here in case.
Yeah, in case.
In case of emergencies.
Call James.
I get to come out of my cage.
Listen, we flipped the script tonight, and I made the dinner.
Thank you so much for this Campbell's soup.
We made a special minestrone.
Oh, it was special?
A special minestrone reduction with a side of homemade sourdough bread.
Oh, yeah.
Made by someone else's home.
Some other home. No, it was perfectly delicious. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was epic. No worries. Happy to break it out from time to time.
Show off your cooking skills.
Yes.
I'm a lucky guy.
Absolutely.
To say the least.
No, but you know how it is. We're low on the groceries, so.
Yeah. Low on groceries, low on time, low on guests.
Right.
But we're coming out of that hole real soon.
Yeah, we're sort of not living in abundance at this moment, but it's no worries.
That's right.
Speaking of not living in abundance, James officially is #open for work.
That's right, baby.
So keep an eye on his LinkedIn or, whatever's cool these days.
Yep. Once again, you need video, audio, anything. Hit me up.
Hire him
motion
for
graphics.
Your special projects.
Yeah, if you got any type of special project, I want to get involved.
James is the guy. It was actually so funny because we were in Milwaukee. Well, okay, so Sophia visited me a few weekends ago and we were setting intentions for the weekend.
Yeah.
And my intention was to live, laugh, love. And Sophia's intention was to smooch 3 cuties. I believe I'm quoting this correctly. And make 3 meaningful career connections.
That's what we're all about. We're all about networking.
And now that's sort of your reality, isn't it, James?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great reality to be living in. And, I'll just take it one step at a time.
How do you feel about the concept of networking? What are your thoughts?
Well, I will be working.
Right.
In some capacity. And in general, I'm excited for a change of pace.
Yeah.
I'm anxious.
Right.
A lot of things, but
I think networking is one of those things that when you do it in a way that feels inauthentic, it really sucks.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much sums it up. Like when it actually is just a person that you meet that happens to do similar things.
That is a meaningful career connection.
That's a meaningful career connection and it feels good. And if they're, in any way fun to talk to, it's like, cool, we have similar things.
Well, and I feel like you have this unique opportunity to obviously, hopefully get jobs that you are interested in and work on things that you're excited about.
Yeah, trying to go a little bit more freelance vibes.
Welcome to the gig economy, James.
Gig economy. I've been waiting for you.
Because I think the thing that's funny about networking is like sometimes when you are in, like when you have a job, when you're in a salaried position, for example, and you're networking on behalf of your company.
Yeah.
Like sometimes that feels like phony in this weird way. Maybe not to everybody. I might have like a skewed view of that. But
sure.
But when you're networking kind of just for yourself and your own passion projects, like that feels so different, in my opinion.
Yeah. Maybe something about if you're networking for survival.
So true. Yeah.
You can kind of put some of those things.
You can reframe it in your brain.
Yeah, exactly.
It's completely true. But, well, what are you looking forward to? What are you going to do with your newfound free time?
I don't know if I'm going to have free time. I'll get to work more on like It Boy stuff, which I'm excited about.
We're about a week out from how many? 2?
Week 2. Yeah, something like that. Bumped the new song, It Boy, I Heart Bass. Just like last episode, it's all ads, baby.
How are you feeling? When's the next one coming out?
We're gonna try to put one out every like month or two.
Okay.
So we've got a bunch of shit in the chamber, ready to go. Excited for
Everyone
it.
got to participate in a sick music video that's going to be released one of these days.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Thank you to everyone who helped out. We drove around, took some videos, had some fun, listened to some tunes.
It's going to be epic.
What more could you ask for?
Who came up with the idea? You did?
For that video?
Yeah.
Yeah. For the general concept. And then Jacob and I, as always, collaborated.
Just because you like driving around or...
just always looking for cost-effective ways to get the word out. And it just sounded funny.
Yeah.
Picking people up, partying.
Name something better.
Literally. Yeah, no, it was fun.
Well, listen, you'll have lots more time on your hands to become the most epic DJ in all of Chicago. So
Right. My only goal in life.
I think that could be sick.
Yep.
What are some venues on the list that you would like to perform at?
Oh, shit. I don't know. A bunch. Shuba's is on the list. That'd be
Shuba's
super
rocks.
fun.
It's kind of the perfect size.
Yep.
That's more of a show.
Yeah. Some of the It Boy vibes might be more like underground rave type of vibes. So we hollered at Hidden Ideas. Hopefully set something up with them. I don't know.
Totally.
Taking it day by day.
Naturally. As one does.
Yeah.
I mean, what else are you going to do with all this extra time?
Yeah, it's the third time you asked me. I have no idea, babe.
Hang out and do something cool?
I don't know. Maybe watch some more movies.
Write some more Letterboxd reviews.
Yeah. Do some more ratings with no reviews.
Yeah, James is going to get sponsored on Letterboxd.
Ooh, there we go.
Is that an option? Can you do that?
I don't think so.
If they start like gamifying the system and paying for Letterboxd reviews, that'd be effed.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
We'd be screwed.
I could be recognized by Letterboxd and interviewed.
Featured on their...
On all the red carpets that I go on.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great goal.
I really like those. Those are awesome. Those little clips.
Of Letterboxd.
Yeah, they ask people their like top 4 on Letterboxd.
Right.
So it's fun to see different, like, they usually do it for actors.
All celebrities, yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Well, what celebrities are on Letterboxd? Is everyone on there?
Yeah, there's a good chunk of them. I mean, in general, the question is just what are your top 4 favorite movies? But they're, relating it back to their app. But I follow like IO.
You follow celebs?
Just IO right now. I know a few other people have them out. I think Charlie's was made public.
I felt weirdly nervous about following people on Letterboxd. I'm talking close personal friends.
Right.
I don't really know why. It just felt I was spooked by the platform at first.
Yeah, it's not like other social medias, and it's nice in that way.
I think I had to figure out my voice on the platform. Because I'm not really a movie critic. I would say most movies, I watch them and I like them.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good place to be at.
Yeah, so, which is cool. Certainly there are some flops. I think most of the time, though, if I'm watching a movie, odds are I'm having fun. Yeah,
I would agree. There is something we were talking about this weekend with the friends, and that is like, a movie can be a 5, but I can love it, Well, actually, if it...
You keep saying that, but it's out of 5 stars, honey.
Oh, fuck, yeah. Out of 10. A movie could be 5 out of 10 or 2.5 stars out of 5.
Do you want to tell your fans the blunder you made last week?
I actually cut it out.
You did?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
No worries then?
Don't even think about it. No, but yeah, a movie can be a 3 stars.
Why are you so dedicated to...
I like out of 10 way better.
Okay.
It just feels... Honestly, it should be just 100%.
So to you, a 2.5 stars is a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Maybe I'm used to... there's this YouTuber I like, Your Movie Sucks. They always use out of 10.
Are they doing Letterboxd reviews?
I should check. He's been doing kind of whatever he wants. So he does like a lot of fucking like gaming now. Like
reviewing games.
Like just Let's Plays, like playing them on Twitch or something.
We gotta dumb it down for me, honey. What's
for
that?
You? No, it's just like playing video games.
Streaming.
Yeah, streaming. He's done less like reviews lately. Where was I with that? But anyway, no, I just think it's too rigid. Like
5 stars.
5 stars is too rigid, especially with only
right.
halves.
But when you think about it, it is the exact same.
No, but that's what I was saying. It should be like out of 100. You know, some things might be like an 83.
Well, that's getting
An
a little bit into
8.3.
the weeds.
I mean, you could call it an 8.3. I don't know. I've been talking too much. My brain's off. Next.
Well, famously, the number one thing you're supposed to do when you're on a podcast is speak.
You picked the wrong guy.
So I actually think you're doing awesome.
Yeah, I'm saying a lot of profound things over here.
The point of this podcast is not to be profound.
Yeah. Listeners might have noticed. No, I'm just kidding.
You guys might be aware that we're not necessarily breaking the norms over here.
Breaking boundaries, yeah.
We're just kind of doing what we feel is best.
No, yeah.
Story of my
life.
life.
Like I said, honored and happy to be here.
And yeah, that's so clear and obvious to me. Well, you know, I think a cool thing about you being unemployed is I got to cut your hair for once.
That was fun. You did a good job.
Thanks. I'm noticing a few things that might require a tune-up.
For sure. Yeah. I don't look good now, but...
Right. Just give it a few weeks.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I really love my barber at Calaveras on Armitage. Shout out Ricardo.
Ricardo!
If you're looking for a barber, please take my spot there, but and he's a good price, but without the funds right now, I have opted for in-house.
Yes. Yeah, we're both kind of doing the in-house thing.
Yeah.
It was actually funny
Saving
because
cash.
I'm supposed to be on site for a shoot soon.
Sure.
And this always happens to me. I mean, I work in the world of professional hair. So I'm working with hairstylists and we're like wrapping up the call. And I was basically like, yeah, we thought that this would be the easiest because, you know, I'm in the area. We wanted to come film at your salon. We want to like hit up local, you know, folks, whatever, and be able to film content. And she was like, yeah, like, where do you get your hair done?
It's exclusive.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was like, well, the funny thing about that is I was very honest. I was like, yeah, basically since moving here, I have not had a professional haircut. But the way I said it was I am trying to grow out my pixie, which I feel like helps in the sense of like I am trying to reach a longer length, which of course requires fewer haircuts.
Yeah. So hopefully she's giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, and then she was funny. She was like, well, if you want to get on my book, she was like, you can't do it online. You're going to have to talk to me. So
that's kind of cool.
She's kind of a big deal. But I was kind of like, because you're a big deal, I probably can't afford you at this juncture.
Yeah. Soon we're hitting you up.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I hit it big.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
Totally.
But yeah, so anyway, it'll be awesome once, you know, we're making a bunch of money, which surely we'll do soon.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got that on the docket.
Mm-hmm. In the meantime, you know, we're just sort of skating by.
Totally.
Yeah.
Living the
Definitely
life.
need to go to the grocery store. Well,
Taking
we
it
had
day by day.
something funny that happened to us this past week, which was our CSA was stolen.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was crazy.
I will say it was not stolen. It was misplaced, but then it turned into this whole snafu. So for people that don't know, you know, I love my CSA.
Yep.
I've been talking about it for months. My community supported agriculture delivery service.
That's right.
Shout out Urban Canopy.
Yep. And the other one that's called
Cedar Valley
Farms,
which is not delivery based. You do have to pick that one up.
That's true.
And that is
But you get to see a friendly face.
Meat.
Yes. Oh man. that is a
Throwback.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, that one's for the fans back home. But anyway, and so basically the premise is our CSA gets delivered bi-weekly.
Yep.
We get a wonderful selection of local produce, a variety of mushrooms, bread that molds too fast. No worries, though. That's a personal issue. And usually we get a couple of bevies. I mean, it's really an amazing situation.
Yeah, it's great.
And of course, because of that, we sort of plan around at these deliveries and go to the grocery store much less frequently.
Yeah.
Because we're sort of banking on these groceries that we've already paid for.
Coming and being there.
Yes, how they're supposed to.
House, yeah.
And basically the way it works is on the Wednesdays that I am supposed to receive my deliveries, I get a text and they say, here's like the hour window that we expect your delivery to come. And then they text me again right when they've delivered it.
Yeah.
And so I got the text at 3:17 that our order had been delivered.
Mark that time down.
And I went downstairs at 3:21, just a couple minutes later.
If you marked it down, you'd see that's 4 minutes.
Yes. If you're any good at math, you would know. If you've been doing your timetables, you would know that that's 4 minutes, and which is famously not a lot of time.
Very small amount of time.
Couldn't be faster. I'm racing to the front door, basically. And I get down there and I saw through the window that it was not like immediately where they usually put it, which is right at the front door. Couldn't be closer.
Yeah, it's delivered.
Yes. And
famously where deliveries are.
Could not be any closer. And it was not there. So I was like, okay, sometimes they struggle with the front gate. Maybe they put it somewhere else.
Yep.
Walk down the steps. Nowhere in sight.
Not there.
And I kind of bounced around to both of our neighbors' houses on either side. And I did see that our neighbors had a bag on their front porch. But one, it was a Trader Joe's bag, which obviously seemed a little suspicious. And usually our CSA is delivered in a cardboard box.
Mm-hmm. A nice box.
A beautiful box. It has never strayed from the box, so I was expecting the box. And this time there was no box in sight, and there was this bag on the neighbors, but I didn't want to go grabbing that because, of course, that's a felony.
That's illegal.
Yeah. And so if it wasn't ours, and I called James to come down to problem solve, he was not in the mood to problem solve.
Have I been dealing with anything recently?
Yeah, no worries. But listen, we do have to problem solve about the groceries. And basically, by the time he got downstairs, the neighbors had taken the bag inside. And so at this point, I'm like, well, that had to have been theirs.
Yeah, you don't take a bag in. That's not yours.
You would assume.
You don't do that.
Right. Because that's the wrong thing to do.
Because that's not what you're supposed to do.
Because of how that's literally not yours. And so at this point, I'm like, trying to figure out, I put in a missed order.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of going back and looking through everything.
I went up and down the block. I went down to almost to a very similar number, another block down.
James is doxing us.
Doxed. It wasn't there.
Right.
Couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah, and he's ringing the doorbells of our neighbors.
Oh, and you saw the truck leave. Did you say that too?
Well, I saw the truck leave, and I heard a gate.
A gate.
Someone's gate.
Very close by.
And I also went through, and this was a delivery driver who had serviced us before.
Shout out.
So you would think that perhaps, but he is making, who knows, hundreds, millions of stops throughout the city.
Billions even.
And anyways, basically, while James is kind of like bopping around checking out the neighbors' houses, I email the service that we use, and Urban Canopy got back to me and did confirm that it was at the neighbor's house.
We have photo evidence.
Photo proof.
That's right.
And then I saw that it was the Trader Joe's bag, which of course had been taken inside. James had stopped at that house a few times to ring the doorbell, no answers.
Yes, I did.
James very kindly goes back and rings every single doorbell on the whole place.
Multiple times.
And this time someone came down.
And I waited a while. And I did it again.
Right.
I wasn't doing it like bing, 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 but I was doing it like bing, wait a couple minutes. Bing.
Classic.
Wait
bing.
a couple more minutes, bing, bing.
Yes. Yeah. Then you hit him with the double.
Yeah.
And eventually somebody came.
Yeah. Because they're not gone. That was like 10 minutes ago at this point now.
Right.
They got back to us pretty quickly. Shout out. Our CSA is awesome.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Well, the man answers and basically says, yes, we took your groceries inside. We chose to divvy them up amongst the house, amongst the tenants. And it's like, of all of the things to do, I just feel like, why is that? Hey, this isn't ours, so let's split it up.
I assume from talking to the guy that one of the women in the house thought it was a donation. They do some other type of donation-based services at that house. So that is that's what I've come to.
Right. If we're throwing them the benefit of the doubt.
I'm giving them a big benefit of the doubt. But next time, just think about it. Did you order that?
Well, and it's so crazy to me to choose to do that with produce because at the end of the day, you have absolutely no idea where that came from, where it's been, what somebody did to it. Like, you just have no clue. You're just going to take this random bag of food into the home and split it up amongst the squad.
So then I got most of the things back.
Well, so then it was
funny.
Couple
rounds, had to check the picture, be like, oh, we're missing this still, sorry.
The guy was like, okay, let me get a hold of everybody here and gather up all of your stuff. And so, we scooted off with most of our things. I will say what wound up missing was our cabbage and our lettuce. So, and I gotta be honest, I do think that somebody kept an onion. Because in the picture it showed 3 onions. And we only got 2.
It might have been 3 beets and 2 onions, but who's keeping track?
Right.
But yeah, real close to getting everything back, but not quite.
Well, and then I was like, should we even eat this at this point? Obviously, we're off. We've fallen on hard times, so we chose to eat the produce. I think it was the right move. Completely crazy. But it was just a whirlwind of a situation.
Yeah.
Still can't believe that happened, but no worries. Our CSA did credit us one because they felt bad.
Yeah, they're, again, super awesome. Sign up for them.
Yeah. And hopefully, just make sure they know where you live and stuff.
That's right.
I just think it's so funny because I feel like they also saw me looking around.
Yeah.
Like, clearly I'm missing a little something. You just got a little something. You know that little something isn't yours. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know.
The divvying up is my favorite part. Multiple people in this house have our stuff?
Yeah, right. Yeah, no worries. Just a bit of a scavenger hunt to get most of it back. So anyway, that was sort of the adventure of the week.
That was a funny one.
No harm, no foul.
Yeah, they didn't mean anything bad by it.
We did have a situation today where we opened up an onion and it smelled way worse than anything I've ever smelled maybe in my whole life.
Rancid onions and other produce, I just don't get how they can smell that bad.
Right.
They need to put some preservatives on it.
Yeah, what gives? Our CSA is giving us fresh produce and it's all spoiling. No, I mean, I imagine it's hard to tell from the outside.
I could feel a little give, but I thought it'd be at least somewhat edible.
Right.
But no, it was actually worse than the depths of hell.
Horrible smell. Wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemies.
I can handle some bad smells. I was telling you that.
I don't think that you have
I don't really care.
Particularly a strong sense of smell, or maybe you just don't have
this is turned into an insult.
It just sometimes seems like you don't even notice.
Sometimes I don't. I think I am working on my breathing through my olfactory. I think been slacking in that department.
Totally.
Shout out to the olfactory.
Well, and you do famously have a relatively large nose, which could be good for smelling.
Yeah, so true, so true. But no, I don't care about, I don't know, certain things. But this, I just got one whiff and I wanted to throw up.
No, I mean, it was super bad, sort of overpowering, overwhelming too as well.
Yeah, so just had to, pat myself on the back there quick. I usually can handle it.
Right.
Just to give you a sense of how bad this was.
I honestly hate bad smells.
Yeah, some people, I don't know, they get pissed and I'm like, whatever.
I think I fall into that category.
Yeah, you kind of do, yeah.
I'm kind of immediately upset if something's sort of ruining the vibe in terms of smell.
To me, it's the thing with smells is they'll always go away. They're going to dissipate pretty damn soon. That's my thing.
Okay.
It's
just a matter of time, these smells.
Other senses probably linger a little longer.
I attribute, to me, a bad smell, there is I feel pain.
Smell is such a funny sense. It is so unique.
Yeah.
There's no other sense that you can't really, you can describe things in relative terms, but memories associated with smell are really strong, but you can't, describe smells that well. You could put a few qualifiers on it, but it's a really interesting sense.
And for me, it elicits an immediate reaction, and I feel mine are hooked up to pain receptors and also whatever in your body makes you feel complete and total disgust.
Yep. When you smell something, you can remember a time or what it like associates with you in your brain, but you can't like conjure up the idea of a smell in your head,
Sure.
which I think is really interesting. Like, maybe a little bit, but I'm like trying to like I can picture a thing in my head and I can describe it to you.
Well, you know how I think that I have that one thing.
Yeah, because you can't see the apple.
Yeah, so when I close my eyes.
All right, this is another one actually that I do want people to comment if they hear this, or like, I don't know, send me a text. Samantha, was in, what was that?
TikTok, I saw TikTok. Listen,
it was kind of blowing up a bit ago.
This TikTok went massively viral, and this is how I know some people are lying. I know it's not me. Everybody in the comments thought that they had the thing. Because basically the thing is, if you close, let's do the exercise, okay? Everybody close your eyes.
Sure. This pops up on the internet like every couple of years.
Close your eyes and imagine an apple. We're visualizing an apple. Can you like actually see the apple?
And this is where I get so like fucked up. Like that is not what imagination is. Like I can picture anything. Sure. I can see it in my mind's eye. But if I it's not like on a black stage in my head.
I see black, James. I see blackness. I see the back of my eyelids.
Like that is not what imagination is. So the idea that people are reading this fucking TikToks and being like, oh, yeah, I have that. I can't see that.
I think I have the disease.
That's not what imagination is. That's not what your mind does. It like.
Are you saying you wouldn't be able to? I mean, sure. There's not like an apple there, but
some people are reading that and thinking like, oh, if I close my eyes, then I can see an apple in front of me. And they had those like 4 different versions of it. It's like you can see it, but it's blurry. You can see it. There's no color. You can see it and it's blurry, but there is color. You can
I feel like for me, I'm like thinking about like the word apple.
Like our brains are just like have all these fucking synapse connections or something, and they're refiring it, and they're like giving you the sensation of seeing an apple, but you're not there. It's obviously you don't close your eyes and there's like a perfect apple right there. Like that. That's not what that is. Like I don't know.
Well, listen, are you an expert, James?
I am so far from
Maybe that. You have the disease as well, honey.
But like I can picture anything I want, so that's not true. That's just not. I guess what I'm getting at is that's not what picturing something is. Like picturing something, I can look at you. I'm imagining an apple right now, but I'm not seeing an apple. And when I close my eyes, I can't all of a sudden fucking see it in the conventional sense.
What if I'm imagining that I'm seeing an apple? Can I do that?
That
and
sounds
then
like
shouldn't
the same
there be
thing.
an apple be there?
No, what?
What's the difference between imagining something and imagining that you are seeing something?
I don't know. That sounds like it would have the same result in my head.
Listen, there's no apple for me, and at the end of the day, I could be one of the select few.
Yeah.
With a special disease.
The special disease. This is a handicap on your life, and you are playing.
Life is harder for me.
Yes.
So far, I've been very handy-capable in my pursuits.
Well, it's a tough life.
Anyway, should we get into your good, bad, ugly?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I forgot it's me.
It's you!
Actually, I think I remember one. My good is Flo winning the animated picture of the year.
Okay.
And that, to me, goes kind of deeper into kind of what it represents in my mind, which is especially the fact that they used Blender, which is a free and open source 3D program.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, fuck, have I done open source as a good before? Okay,
no.
That's kind of my good. But basically, Blender, if you're unfamiliar with it, as I just described, is free.
You might know the donut tutorial.
You might know the donut tutorial with Blender Guru. But the idea that this guy, and I forgot his name, but he is from fucking shit. Where is he from?
Certainly somewhere cool.
He's from Latvia.
Oh.
It is their first Academy Award.
Made up place.
Latvia? Latvia? I don't think it's Latvia. I don't know why I said that. It's Latvia. Yeah, so this guy, let me get his name. I don't know. Doesn't really matter.
So where's that on a map?
Latvia? That's such a good question.
Right.
Gins Zilbalotis or something like that. Anyway, he made his first film by himself, I think in Blender, mostly in Blender, about, whatever, 10 years ago or some shit. And that like won some, small indie awards, and it got him like budget to do the next one a little bit bigger. And that's what Flow is. It's like an hour and a half silent film, basically, besides music and sound effects, obviously. But
did you know it was silent going into it?
I didn't, and I loved that I did not. I love knowing as little as possible. But it follows this really cute black cat that is dealing with a flood, and he has some animal friends, and they go on a little adventure. But yeah, like to me, more so, I liked the film a lot. It's not perfect. It's really well done for a really small team. Like the budget's tiny, and just like using an open source program that literally anyone can download and make money from. That's
so cool.
Is so awesome to be recognized at such a large scale.
Who are they up against?
They're up against some really good fucking films. Inside Out 2, notably, which I liked. I didn't love. I loved The Wild Robot. That was so fucking good.
Oh, wow.
DreamWorks really nailed it on that one.
Tough competition.
Wallace and Gromit, which we loved. It was
so good.
So good. Revenge Most Foul or something like that. And then one other that I can't picture off the top of my head. But anyway, yeah, that's just so cool to me. The creator of Flow is really cool on Twitter, and well, not Twitter. I don't go on Twitter, but Instagram and fucking Threads. Unfortunately, I'm on there sometimes.
Find James on Threads.
He shares a lot of the process, and he's very proud of obviously such a small team doing that. Like I said, Latvia's first picture award, and maybe even any Academy winning film. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling at this point, but that shit is sick. I think it represents a beautiful thing. Yeah.
I liked it. I think that silent film is a bit tough for me sometimes.
Sure.
This one in particular left me feeling a deep, deep sadness.
Yeah.
And I think that was on purpose. It was sort of a sad movie, but it reminded me specifically of playing Deep Sea Tycoon.
Okay.
And I used to play that game, and I used to go all the way down to the bottom of the ocean and keep digging and digging and digging as deep as I could go. And then I would like swim around down there and just feel this like really empty sadness.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like you shouldn't go to space if you ever get the chance, because that's how people describe like seeing the infinite nothingness around our
I have
planet.
absolutely no desire to go to space.
I think it'd be pretty sick, but it'd be scary.
I think that would crush my spirit.
I saw some shit about, like Sabrina Carpenter, one of the it girls right now, was like, one of the questions I ask guys on dates is, would you go to space?
I think I saw that.
Was it Olivia Rodrigo or something?
I think it was her, yeah.
And I think it's really funny what she said, but I mean, come on, you don't want to go to space?
Well, because I think she was like, that's a red flag.
Yeah, she was like,
if you want to go to space, that's a no.
She's walking out of that restaurant.
Instant no.
That's funny as fuck to me, but.
And I kind of am on her side. I just think, let's figure out what we've got going on here, Yeah, we got enough things to solve right here.
That's so funny.
No, and I think the movie, though, I really did like it. I will never, ever watch it again.
I thought, for it being a silent film, they just did such a good job of each scene being really engrossing, and you really want to know what happens next. All the characters have so much character.
They do develop them really well, even though it is silent and they're working with minimal resources.
Yeah. It's just really impressive.
And kind of like a pretty singular storyline.
Yes. It is. There's no, obviously there's like little time jumps in the matters of hours. But yeah, it's so sick. And especially what it represents, and like the open source technology is just fucking awesome. So yeah.
I did see something cool that a bunch of black cats are getting adopted as a result.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah. That's so funny that like little, it's not a stereotype, it's a superstition, sorry, that's what I'm looking for, can like affect.
I think superstitions are so fascinating. Like the fact that hotels don't have the 13th floor.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Is crazy to me. Why are we all bought into that?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Hilarious, actually.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
But like, if I guess the whole, because like, okay, like we don't have to be silly here. The 14th floor is 13. Like, what are you guys fucking talking about?
I'm counting. That's 13.
Yeah,
totally.
So it's just like the fact that so many people are bought into this, and like enough people truly would want to switch their room or stay somewhere else if they knew that they were staying on the 13th floor is like so crazy.
Your mom, she always has that story about staying in 9/11 in New York. And she's like, I had a bad trip.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was like right after the whole situation. So
yeah, that makes sense.
You know, that's kind of giving bad omen.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But I just think it's so funny. Like we as a society have agreed that certain things are superstitious enough that we're like not willing to risk it.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps the next person will make. Yeah, he's like, stop talking about other cats. Talk about me. Cat on the pod for my video subscribers. That's right. Maybe he can make his next movie about the 13th floor.
Yeah. All right. Bad. What did I have? Yes. Okay. My bad is digital menus in multiple forms.
Okay. Yes.
So we've got QR code, which is famous and a hot topic these days.
Totally.
I'm sick of them. I don't like to be on my phone. I don't want everyone else to be on their phone. It's rude when the server comes up and we're all like trying to do what you're supposed to do at a restaurant, but we're looking at our phone. It feels bad. And then another one that I don't think gets talked about enough is digital menus on TV screens.
Yes, I know this is a big issue for you.
Big issue for me. In places like, I checked out Timmy Hortons for the first time in Seattle, or like Vancouver or whatever. And so anything like that, they don't really have these at like restaurants, but anywhere where you sit down.
Fast food.
Yeah, they don't have these at like sit down restaurants as much.
Fast casual.
Yeah, fast casual especially. Why the fuck is your menu moving and changing pages and showing me ads? First of all, I'm already here. I don't need an ad.
Sure.
You can fit all of this information on one screen, and I'll be looking at a menu trying to like read what I want to buy, and then it changes pages, and I'm like, okay. Fuck me, I guess.
McDonald's does that to me constantly.
I wanted to look at that, and it's like just so they can fit a little bit bigger image on there and try to get your taste buds going on every fucking little thing you see. And like, yeah, I get the point. I get the importance of visual elements.
I am pro picture.
Yeah, super pro picture, but you can fit it.
I agree.
Enough. And I guess specifically if it is changing what I can read that's actually on the menu, because then I don't understand the scope of your menu,
right?
And a plethora of other issues, and I'm sick of it.
Well, for example, we went to Cops in Milwaukee, Cops ice cream.
Yeah,
that place had a massive menu, not digital.
No,
was it?
No, it was like one of those like they like slot them in.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called.
And it was all the written word, and it was very overwhelming. So I am pro picture, but I am also pro fit everything onto the screen. Perhaps reduce your service offerings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's one thing if it's at a place like McDonald's where you've probably at this point in your life, at the big old age of 28 years old, you've established perhaps a usual order.
Sure.
But like if you are trying a new place, or I don't know, there are so many instances where it doesn't make any sense, and they change so fast.
It's just like, what are we doing here?
Totally. Or by the time you get up there and you're ready to actually order and you need your visual cues,
yes,
no longer there.
Oh, that one. Oh, it's gone. Just give me 20 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah, let's all just pause.
No, it's insane.
I do think that restaurants are moving away from QR code.
I hope so. I think there's enough backlash.
I think that was so pro-pandemic move.
Yeah.
That people, and now I feel like graphic design and having like branding is coming back a bit.
Yeah, totally.
I also think though, like you said, it is so rude when everyone's on their phones. And I think I like somehow end up on Instagram. It's like I'm not even doing the thing that I set out to do.
No, I pull it out to take the photo of the QR code and I don't even do that.
Right.
Like that's how much of a piece of shit I am.
Completely.
But also the system is rigged.
And it's also honestly probably so much harder for the wait staff who, if you like set a menu aside.
Yeah, close that shit.
Such a stronger visual cue that you're done.
God. Don't get me started. So true.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, half of them, it's like, okay, then do you do the PDF of the menu and then it's too small? Do you have like a...
Yes, so true.
Are we working...
I kind of hate a PDF menu.
Yeah, and it's
like I get it.
I don't want to download something.
Yeah, I get it. You have a menu. Oh, that's what it looks like? Can you print it out for me?
Here I am using my two fingers to zoom in.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah. Or then it's like, okay, well, this webpage is not mobile friendly.
Yeah, that's the other option.
Yeah.
It's that. And then the worst one of those is where there's like little categories at the top, but they don't really look like categories.
Totally.
And then you scroll down, you're like, this can't be the whole menu, obviously. Right. But then you scroll back up and then you click it and it'll like move things around the page.
Completely.
And it's just fucked.
Yeah, so paper. We're back to paper goods.
100%.
Printed materials.
Destroying trees. Leveling rainforests.
We are pro that.
So that I can read.
And menu. Listen, the other piece of it, honestly, is at the end of the day, you are relying on me having a charged cell phone.
Yeah.
And that is not something we can all be banking on.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Completely. Why am I could clock in at that point.
The onus is on me?
Yeah.
For sure. Fuck that.
I work here now.
Yeah. I came here to eat, not to play on my phone.
Right.
Goddamn.
Okay, you're ugly.
My ugly is groups of people not making room on the sidewalk.
Right. Scoot over.
Scoot the fuck over.
Totally.
I'm walking. I don't care if you have a bunch of people. If there's at least... So here's how it goes. If there's a bunch of people and there's any amount, so let's say one, that's the smallest amount, right, going the opposite way, you got to make room for that one person.
Yeah.
If there's 2 versus 5, sure, the 5 can make room for a single file line. I'll accept that.
The 5 might be asserting their dominance.
Yeah. And well, first of all, sidewalks are too small and we need more walkable cities.
Right. Fuck your car.
But yeah, no, that just pisses me off. And I get it, you know, I'm sure a squad I've rolled with a time or two, or a dozen, or thousands of times, has not made enough room for you on the sidewalk. If I'm at the helm, best believe that won't be happening.
Sure.
But in general, it's just crazy to me. Like, especially like, it'll be like us two and another couple walking in front, and they'll just spread the fuck out. It's like, what are we doing here?
Right. We're operating on a give and take system.
We're already in a world where you don't look at your neighbors, you don't talk to them. The least you can do is make some room for them on the sidewalk.
It's so true. We're not asking for much.
Am I?
Tell me that. It is also so fascinating. Well, okay, I can think of a time or two where I have probably been completely oblivious to the situation, how much room that I'm taking up.
Yeah, I'm sure that's like 50%. You know, I'm giving these people the benefit of the doubt.
Right, which you love to do.
That's right. There's a nuanced take on all of this.
But I do think that I can think of so many instances even walking around the park where it's like, okay, we are all kind of having more of a quiet meander.
Yeah.
If there's ever a setting, if you are going for a casual walk, you better scoot over. We're all here doing the same thing. Listen, we're all just trying to take our little mental health walk,
100%.
Our hot girl walk. Please make some room.
It's crazy.
For the fellow person struggling at the park. Like, it just doesn't.
No.
But it is, I do agree that there is sort of a system, right? If you are the group with a larger amount of folks,
sure,
you probably can take up a little bit more space.
Yeah.
But I mean, we need to be doing at least enough room for a single file.
Exactly. And if you're the person on the end who falls back, I see and appreciate you.
Totally.
I saw that. You said, oh,
you're doing the Lord's work.
Other human beings are walking past me.
I will take a pause from the conversation.
Here's a little bit of room.
Right.
And you know, sure, I could step over onto the grass. And in most cases, that's obviously totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of cases where it is literally like mud. Right. You know, especially in these winter times.
You're ruining my shoes.
There's cases where there's a big tree in the way.
Perhaps you're risking my health.
That's right. There's bigger things at play here.
Well, and I think, you know, it's something I know that bothers you because it's one of the few things where like you'll get visibly upset at someone, like almost without fail. Once we get past those people, you'll be like, seriously?
It's just, can I get a little bit more like awareness?
Right.
Can you be a little more conscientious?
Courteous.
In the words of that president. Not president.
Who?
In the words of the School of Rock principal, can you try to be a little more conscientious?
Completely.
butchered that one. But yeah, no, it pisses me off.
Yeah, and you're so right. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not asking for
That's right.
a hello or even a kind greeting. I'm just asking for a little bit of space.
No, because that is the root of it, is that we don't respect our neighbors, we don't communicate, and we don't look out for our local communities.
Well, it makes you think, like, what's going to happen if I just keep plowing ahead at full speed?
And I get it. I'm a tiny guy. You see that guy, you're like, that guy can scoot over. That's fine. But if you take one more second to think about it, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, he looks more aerodynamic, so I think he can scoot over, no worries.
Oh my God, it pisses me off.
I mean, totally. It's like the epitome of rudeness.
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
So, James, is your hater mode activated today?
It is. It is. I've had a day, I've had a week, I've had a month, I've had a year.
Right. Yeah, I think, sometimes that happens when you lose your job.
That is what happens.
Yeah. But it's not. Here's the thing. When one door closes, another one opens.
That's right, baby.
And it's really beautiful to really just sit back and consider the possibilities of your life.
That's the thing.
You are on the precipice, James, of something great.
Uh-huh. I couldn't agree more.
Yep. And I can't wait to watch this all unfold.
Yeah.
And shout out to our loyal fans and followers who are paying a small portion of our bills, my Substack subscribers.
Woohoo!
And seriously, if you have a special project that you want James on, he's a special guy.
Special guy.
Yep.
Special guy.
Special guy. Well, thanks for coming on my podcast, special guy.
Yeah.
Love you
Totally.
so much.
Love you.
Perhaps I'll cut you a check for the epi.
Oh, there we go. That's what I'm
Toss
looking
a little
for.
something your way.
Yeah. Buy yourself some sweet.
Okay, well, love you guys. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next
Peace.
week. Bye.